Petra use that already?
Ready?
Yeah.
That's poetry, y'all.
Yeah, that rhymes.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Yo!
Go over here. I'm sitting right here.
I can put the mic wherever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet ass.
The right height.
It's tastes
Hello.
Oh, hey. Sweet ass.
What is this?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Petra. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for seeing all these awesome bands put on here at the Gunk House. Yeah, I've got a bit of a Halloween theme to my show because it's the season and I'm that kind of bitch, so
Hell yeah.
we're gonna get a little spooky, a little serious, a little silly, but we're gonna have a good time. And Salty Mike over there has got all of your THC needs in case you need to get into the vibe a little bit more.
That's right.
So, yeah. Take care of you here at Gunk House. So, I have 5 to 6 poems. We'll see how it goes. This first one, Richard gave me some prompts, line by line, to write a poem. Kind of jump-started me back into writing poetry, so thank you, Richard. And it's a good one to start on. This is called My Very Special Poem, Smiley Face, by Petra Mulligan, age 32. Come, come, my dear, didn't you know we keep the deadliest poison in the sugar bowl? Monsters, doctors, it always ends with our arms wrapped around each other in the wasteland. And you gotta keep working that sugar cane, honey, or you'll never get it in the proper shape. Lord, let me come back as a cool skeleton with sunglasses. I forget the exact phrasing of the question.
Guitar's okay.
Yeah, it goes.
It's sounding something already.
It's okay though.
Oh, it's fine.
Lord, let me come back as a cool skeleton with sunglasses. I forget the exact phrasing of the question, but the correct answer is more cigarettes. Can I pretty please act like an absolute jackal on national television? I think I'd be really good at it. I wish my lungs had bellows and 20 feet of pipe. Fill the bodies with those clever spices of yours. Leave it long enough, and it just falls off the bone. Slow and surreal, Lover's Lane Buick. How will I know it's the future if there isn't any chrome? How terribly envious these vultures must be of you, of the glitter we find amongst the dust. I think this can be. Help me out here, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, fellow friend.
All right. This next one's pretty straightforward. It's called Nasty Halloween Rhyme. Thigh-high stockings with a seam on the back. Got a bottle of Jack in my Sailor Moon backpack. Moon prism power, bitch. I'm the midnight hour witch. Cast me a spell, gonna summon up a rich lich. Know I'm damned to hell, cause I read it in a chick tract. In your sexy costumes, not knowing how to act when I appear. As the clock strikes 12, one thing is clear, you better save yourselves. Paranormally, I'm nice. Supernaturally, I'm charming, but I got a few vices I've been told are alarming. I'm a biter, scratcher, thrasher with a fondness for lashers. Final girl standing laughing with the head of the slasher. I'm a spooky fucking broad, and I always found it odd that the fucked up men are always men of God. The power of Christ. I've been told it compels me. At least that's what old Van Helsing tells me. Hell, Satan, these creeps be creeping on me, cause I got the kind of spell make him yell, here's Johnny. Don't worry if I will. Worry if I won't, cause son, that cape is a Scooby-Dooby don't. What a dead man's party. Got me looking at the clock, moving on. Better candy at the next block.
Oh, shit! Woo! She's spitting.
I brought my spitting coat. Okay, this is a long one. It's called Remember When. Hey. Remember when you had a little basket for the phone books next to the phone? Remember when all them kids got murdered at the summer camp at the lake? No? It's like the fucking anniversary, fucking dicks. Okay, remember when remember when Lego people took over the earth? Hey, remember when we lifted the curse? And remember when the sun came up and destroyed the vampires but left their cool accessories? Remember when you realized it was just a dream the whole time? Remember when they reset the simulation? Remember forgiving yourself and letting it go? Remember how you never took it for granted and you always listened to good advice? Hey, remember being 10? Remember that first scab on your knee and you really got to watch it form and grow and you'd pick at it and your parents would yell at you and it was gross but very satisfying? Remember how you thought the rest of your life would be any different? Hey, remember Whose Line Is It Anyway would end and then it would be like marimbas and Girls Gone Wild for like 6 hours? Remember when people bullied you about musical genres? Remember when I said, fuck you, I like Foreigner? Remember when Nina Simone stopped giving a fuck? Remember when we all said, fuck you, we aren't leaving? Remember when we laughed in their faces even as they were kicking us out? Remember falling into the pool and realizing you might have a drinking problem? Remember when they said they had your best interests in mind? Remember when they moved the headstones but they didn't move the bodies? Hey! Remember after Lady Gaga's halftime show she perfectly sunk the football and won the game and everyone high-fived? Remember when they said she had a dick? Remember when everyone loved sluts and hated them at the same time? Remember scorning Pamela and Anna and Brittany and Jessica and Monica and Naomi and Patty and Judy? Remember when the Bene Gesserit lady came and put your hand in the scary box? Remember when you woke up and your partner was asleep and the cat was asleep right next to him and it was the cutest thing you've ever seen? Remember clapping in unison? Remember how I love you? Remember how good it feels to fucking punch Nazis right in the fucking face? Remember how it felt the first time you took care of someone else? Remember how Mitch McConnell's head fell off his body when he fell down the stairs and it sprouted crab legs and scuttled away? Remember making your first queer friends? Remember being your first queer friend? Remember being 1000% honest for the first time and realizing people still loved you? Remember when this was the future? Oh! Okay. So, yeah. Sometimes I rant and sometimes I'm Shel Silverstein, so you take what you can get. This one is called Friend of Jack. Is anyone scared of snakes? Horror theme?
No, they're pretty
Not really.
Trying.
Snakes are pretty tight.
I really don't like cobras.
Well, we'll have things to discuss then. Wonderful. And the school okay, sorry. This one's called Friend
Just
of
because you've been
Jack.
watching Survivor?
Maybe a little bit. So, snakes aren't what you gotta watch out for on Survivor, bro.
It's these snakes.
Snakes.
The human snakes.
And rats. Friend of Jack. In the schoolhouse they teach a natural variety of snakes. Trying to snatch your cake, suck your eggs, lay in wait. Every creature has a purpose, but the snake's always been special. Some grow into dragons and some become the devil. Should you milk him for the venom? Should you leave him where you found him? Should you hold him to your breast? Should you never get around him? It took a while to realize the pattern, the stripes, the eyes, the size, the categorical method to identify spies, the taxonomy of the serpent kind. Fangs that tear, black tongues that tease, under rocks and in the trees. Rattles and hoods, hog-nosed snoots, sneakers and flat brims and jackets and boots, boas and pythons and cobras and asps, some like the slow squeeze and some like it fast. They like for you to think they're wise. Apples and Fenty and love songs and lies. Take a bite, it's just as well. Then you're a naked bitch in a garden and he's still the king of hell. And the mongoose, a whole entire animal devised by God to fucking kill these guys. But we can't live like enemies on sight, right? Mortal wounds and poison blood. Surely a viper comes in handy in a fight. If I keep you warm, will you kill the rats? Can a reptile learn to trust? Denied of warmth and light and birth, is there a we, can there be an us? Are you my certain death? Or another lonely garter snake just riding the bus? It's a metaphor. Okay. Alright, so I read y'all the nasty Halloween rhyme. Well, for this very special occasion, I wrote a sequel. It's called Nasty Halloween Rhyme 2. Bright and Nasty Halloween Rhyme. Here we go. What's your favorite scary movie? Come on, Ghostface, don't be silly. Ain't no Bride of Chucky, but I fucks with Jenny Tilly. Guess there ain't no room in hell, cause here I fucking stand. Let me brush off the ashes and tell you who the fuck I am. Call me Midsummer, cause it's gonna get lit. Call me Ginger, cause you're gonna get bit. Call me Otis Driftwood, cause I'm fire and I'm fly. Call me Joe Bob at the drive-in, cause I'm never gonna die. Call me Evil Dead, cause I come from out the woods. Call me Captain Spaulding's Chicken, cause I just taste so damn good. Call me Lydia Diggs, cause my best friends are demented. Me and BJ made a model of your town just to wreck it. Get arrested, get possessed, and then go psycho, kill the sheriff, leave a trail of cops and parents while I ponder what I'm wearing for the party at the graveyard full of freaks and trash. Doing the monster mash with a half ounce of hash. Trading blood for cash, got your type in the stash. It was a graveyard smash. All the bodies getting busy, and mutants running wild through the streets of the city, only stopping when we wanna, not a second before. It ain't that deep, this ain't A24. I was Petra.
Hell yeah!
You can follow me. My handle on most everything is Necrodisco, Necrodisco. Yeah. Thank you for coming out.
In the morning, I'm still in bed.
And next up, we have Jerome.
Yo, you're supposed to call me Formidable.
Go over that part.
He also has one name.
Just Jerome. Hey, you guys like poems that rhyme?
Yeah.
That's too bad. That's terrible. Okay. This microphone freaks me out. So. Alright. So I don't have names for poems, so I'm not going to be like, hey, this poem is called blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be like another poem. Okay?
Hell yeah.
Alright. We're going to call this one Uncle B. We're just going to name them as we go. So
Let me name them.
You're going to name. This one's called Uncle B.
Alright, I'll name the next one.
Okay, next one's on you. Uncle B had a funny way of making cliches sound like solid life advice. Also, he wasn't anybody's uncle. We just called him that because he was way too old to be hanging out with a bunch of kids. He taught us how to play cutthroat and how to take a shot of whiskey like a man, and he called whiskey gut rot. So he wasn't really a father figure, just a bad influence on me. But I liked him better than any of my real uncles, and my own dad was doing a fine job with all that other stuff. He was a plumber, and he was always on call like a goddamn surgeon. He was a fucking toilet surgeon. Sometimes he'd take us on jobs, and we'd wait in the van while he unclogged the urinal of a Cracker Barrel or some shit. Maybe he was Brandon's uncle. He didn't even get pissed that time I got too drunk and threw up all over his van. He just kept playing that Cranberries song, Linger, over and over again. Or maybe I'm getting the stories mixed up, because I don't think Uncle B really would have liked the fucking Cranberries. Thanks. Alright. What's this one called, Richard?
It's called A Sleigh Ride to the Bunny Factory.
Hell yeah it is. Hell yeah it is. Alright. Sleigh ride to the Bunny Factory. Once, instead of going to my Sunday school class, I snuck outside and picked all of the plums off of one of the trees at the church. I put them in a plastic shopping bag and hid them in my parents' car. After hours in the sweltering southern heat, all cramped and buried in that bag, most of the plums had become mushy and damaged. And I picked out the ones that were still edible, and I was sick. I was sick for 7 days. That's that one. What's this one called, Richard?
Mashed potato fountain.
Mashed potato. Ladies and gentlemen, this is mashed potato fountain.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna feel a lot of pressure, you know, because Secondhand Nudes is watching me. They were pretty motherfucking sick, so now, you know, a little choked up. All right, this is mashed potato fountain.
Yeah.
This is mashed potato fountain. The first time I smoked weed, it was rolled in a page from the Bible. We used Elmer's wood glue to seal it. So I guess it was the first time I smoked glue, too. My cousin had copped the weed from his mom's boyfriend. So he wasn't my uncle either. A lot of guys weren't my uncle. I thought it was a lot of weed, but I was like 13 or 14, so I was probably wrong. It wasn't one of the pages with words. It was the blank page from the front, King James Version. It tasted sweet, which is probably the glue. And we smoked it on the roof of my parents' house, overlooking the backyard of my childhood. My cousin's friend Richie, who was like really into Danzig, jumped off the roof. I thought he would either die or fly right through the clouds, but he didn't. He didn't get hurt or anything. It was anticlimactic, just like the weed. I feel weird, I said, squinting into the sun. My head is like light. And this made my cousin laugh so hard that his face turned red and his eyes watered, and I wondered if God was mad at me, since that wasn't a page with words.
Hey,
What's this one called, Richie?
Bible 2.
Bible 2. Bible 2, alright. Bible 2. It's 9 a.m. and the summer heat is already oppressive. You can almost see it. Where my dog's at? Big Yesser yells from the street. I mumble something back, incoherent even to myself. He's satisfied, and he carries on shouting learned hip-hop-isms to no one in particular. And it's the same routine every day. Her cracked nails crack a blunt, discarded tobacco like spilt guts on my lawn, wordless. Smoke-filled lungs release things left unsaid, float and swirl into the atmosphere, thick with uncertainty, dense and satisfying, like, where my dog's at? Like, where my dog's at? Oh! Alright, I got a long one. You need a title for a long one. This is long for me. It's like 2 fucking pages.
This was called Samsonite. I was way off.
Samson?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Alright. Summer. We spent most of our days at AWACS's house looking at Playboy and smoking his dad's weed. And a lot of these things are about weed, aren't they? I smoked a lot of weed when I was a kid, I think. Anyway, I'm sorry. Samsonite.
I was way off.
We spent most of our days at AWACS's house looking at Playboy and smoking his dad's weed. But this particular day, we took the bus downtown, just to be downtown, I suppose. We went to the Great Escape to look at tapes, and I spent my bus money on a used copy of Reachin', A New Refutation of Time and Space. And all the homies clown me for liking that hippie shit. But John still spotted me the bus money to get home. And we tagged the seats of the bus with a king-size Sharpie. I was putting a crown over my name back then, either too cocky or too unaware to realize that I hadn't earned an empire. See, when you grow up in the lower middle class South, you grow up near churches. I mean, you hang out at churches, just not on Sundays. You skateboard in the parking lots, you drink beer on the roofs, you hang out with girls on the steps, you get high on the playground, you worship the god of suburban ennui right under the steeple. Apathy is your prayer, tedium is your hymn, and melancholy is your savior. All are welcome to worship, because ain't no party like a church stoop party. So we got off that bus, pinched enough weed to make a joint or two, and headed off to church. And the air was hazy and smelled like Newports. The heat hung so low as the moon and shone just as bright. The sound of skateboard wheels on the pavement, the clack-clack of a failed heel flip or kick flip, or I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I was watching her. When she spoke, she felt so far away. Her voice was distant as if she were always a memory, like she was being forgotten right in front of my eyes. But when she moved in closer, the scent was intoxicating. Strawberry lip gloss and Marlboro Reds. My heart was beating against my ribcage to the rhythm of the music. My heart went boom, bap. I leaned against the sturdy trunk of the black oak we hid under, away from the frivolity, making our own party. My head was spinning and gravity failed me. And after that, it was just sounds and smells and memories of places I've never been. Misspent youth and mid-grade weed. Fondness for the aromas of honeysuckle and flowering dogwoods overshadowed by a sense of alienation and lost innocence that I just gave away so freely. Mistook it for value or love and the safety of a chestnut tree or the softness of my mama's touch before I dodged her hands. Mistook cliche rebellion and 40s of St. Ides special brew for the songs of mockingbirds and summer days spent in a creek and the comfort of my father's voice before I was too cool to hear it. And you can't take it all back, and I wouldn't if I could. But if I could do it all over again, I would try to remember to just fucking be there. Woo! What's this one called?
The spiders will fly as false so slow to the grave.
That's what it's called.
Fucking metal.
This is a sequel too. Still summer. The impossible time when the sun has dropped below the horizon, but its light still remains, lingering like childhood dreams, as cigarette smoke floats like youthful hope through the open windows of a rusted out Ford Fairmont. We go the speed limit because we're not in a rush, and we're probably riding dirty anyway. You can always take the long way when you're going nowhere. There's a scenic route in every direction if you don't realize that you aren't going to live forever. Yet. And everything smells better when you think you're immortal. It's all gasoline and tiger lilies like, hey man, slow down. Alright, Richard, let me find another one to read. Alright, what's this one called, Richard?
The whoopee cushion experiment.
Okay. The whoopee cushion experiment. You guys know how in Tennessee the power goes out for like every little thing. Alright, just making sure we're all clear. Because when I wrote these, I had moved from Tennessee and lived in Virginia, and nobody understands how this works. So, alright. The power went out, so we opened the windows and listened to the storm and the screen door slamming, and learned to appreciate the way lightning illuminates the night sky in spring. We made frozen margaritas without a blender using some cheap mix that we lifted from Kroger and the cheapest tequila we could find. We said the kind of things that we only say in the dark, but they were still there when the lights came back on and the rain stopped. What's this one called?
Shamrock Boys.
Shamrock Boys. I like Shamrock Boys. Man, if I could do that thing where I go back in time and give advice to my younger self, I'd play it real serious and authoritarian. That, I'd say, and I'd jab my finger into that skinny kid's fucking chest, near where I perceive the heart to be. That's uncertainty. Hang on to that real tight. And I'd be really entranced with myself, you know, a captive audience. You own that, I'd say. That's yours to keep. And then I'd give myself a haircut. We're going to skip all the breakup poems, y'all. We don't want to do the breakup poems. Hold on. The book just has like 6 pages of breakup poems, you know. Breakups, but alright, this one actually, it doesn't have a name on the book, but
It's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
It's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I must have found the opening in my sleep. I always suspected it was there, wriggling my fingers in my belly button as long as I can remember. But whether it was new or always present is irrelevant now. I woke up and there it was, a pile of guts stacked neatly next to me. It was less messy than I imagined it'd be, and I guess I always thought it looked like, you know, encased sausage or something. But it just looked like guts. I've heard you have miles and miles of intestines in you, and it just didn't seem like that much. A pile about the size of my pillow, so maybe the rest was still in there. This was probably just the small intestine. So I took a deep breath. And I just kept pulling. And it just kept coming and coming and coming, and I piled it neatly in a spiral, unsure what to do with it, but I didn't want to mess. Small intestine, large intestine, colon. You know your own colon when you see it. And I just kept coming until pop. And I felt it more than I heard it. The hole closed up, I guess, a pile of guts next to me, all hot and undulating. And I didn't want to keep them, but just in case, I tucked my pile of butts in and made the bed around it. Sweet dreams, pile of guts. Thank you guys, thank you. for listening to me. I'm gonna find one more because I want to do one more because you guys are very nice. All right, Richard. I'm gonna do two more because this one's short. All right. My dad told me once that no person has ever proclaimed from their deathbed, "Oh, I wish I had worked more overtime." And he taught me that time is the only currency that really counts. But if that's true, why do I spend my days off doing laundry? What's this one called, Rich?
Work of the year.
This one's called blueberries. Richard's wrong.
No, it's right.
Mangoes.
Alright, last one, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. The umbrella over the table that I'm eating my lunch at sways violently with every gust of an otherwise pleasant breeze. It creaks and shakes the iron table. I don't know what would cause the umbrella to suddenly collapse, but that's what I keep expecting to happen. I imagine it closing on top of me, knocking me out of my chair and bonking me on the head. Just enough to take a day or two off from work, but not enough to cause any lasting damage. Because that's the dream, right? A few guilt-free days off of work. A little bird kept bouncing up to me with its beak open, hoping for a morsel. I tossed 2 blueberries from my Ziploc bag onto the ground, but the little bird didn't even consider them. Now they're just laying on the ground, mocking me. The juiciest blueberries in the bag, too. And don't tell me that birds don't eat blueberries, because that doesn't make any sense. This begging-ass bird is just an asshole. I want to stay out there with the blueberries until something, a squirrel, a chipmunk maybe, eats them. I can't stand to see them go to waste. If I had the power to manipulate time, I would just slow it down. I'd slow everyone down, but not the birds or the breeze or the chipmunks. You know, maybe I could just manipulate the way humans perceive time. Because I can't stand to see it go to waste. Thanks, guys. Do I introduce you then?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen in Double Toil and...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Perkins. Woo! And Garrett Green.
Take my guitar.
And Garrett Green. And this guitar isn't broken by
Oh,
the
fuck
neck.
yeah. Things in between.
I don't know.
Just do it at me.
I just got a message on Facebook about booking a band for Cobra, and they said something about Petra in it. That's pretty funny.
What?
I don't know. I'm not reading it right now.
Just wondered about that the whole time.
That's
up,
linger
y'all?
in there.
Yeah, like that Linger song, the Cranberries.
Let's sing fucking song.
Linger, linger.
What that mean?
That's just a different song. But I mean, it's the Cranberries. It counts.
I'm Richard Perkins. Hello. This poem's called "May All My Sorrows Fall So Hollow." May all my sorrows fall so hollow. May all these tragedies faint. Mental health is a hell of a game. May we fall perfectly in the slots of hardship. This is the point where the light ring breaks. Everything from being the best day of your life and to sorrow and deep destruction. Loopholes in lifetimes. We may all never fall in love, but I did. Pocket full of Coors Light caps. Crying for unknown reasons. Fog. Rose Dawson beside me on a couch of many truths. Everything will be okay. We are stone gods on marble floors.
Damn!
Thank you. This one's called Marks Upon Skulls. Fallen and mauled. Abandoned and afraid. Portrait of guilt. Guilt's for betrayal. 2 deer in a field, one lives. Blessed be. Emergency marriage. Let's go to the prairie. Set your pitchfork on fire. The Wizard of Laws. Write songs and hail Hollywood. We all can't be James Dean and Bob Dylan. Woo! Try to slow down over here. I'll go into the darkness. Petra roll, drum roll. Fuck yeah. Poetry! Poetry! Rehoboth. This one I haven't read ever. It's called Until My Fucking Bones Black Out. Black cats back to back. My dreams are far-fetched and belonging, with a hint of realness and myth sculptures. It feels good, and when I wake up, it is scary. I dream mostly of my friend Ross Brooks. I dream a lot of teardrops and a lot of shops that don't exist, and the end game is going to some that exists in the past that is no longer the same anymore. I miss everything. I hate anything. I will say fuck you to you now, no problem. I will fight you now. I will slap you. I will embarrass you. Because my soul is about to be crinkle cut style. Peekaboo, I'm done. Fuck you all. I can't stand talking to trees anymore.
Damn!
Gloria, this bus isn't going to Daytona. Dear Gloria, tie-dye is more blue. A sudden game of Rit Rover. Boy-chested, flat-footed. A brother named Arnie. Golden tambourine. You boogie woogie woogie till you just can't boogie no more. Broken trifling shovel. Needle nose block breaker. Tomahawk cloud ritual. 1969.
Yeah.
Graveyards, tree houses, kitchens, glory days. A glass harp playing on a dried up water slide. Wow. 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 Word.
Word.
This one's called Thumbelina Sleeping in an Open Piano. Hold on. You want somebody's pizza goldfish, bro?
He's full of shit.
Yeah, he is. They paid more attention to the pizza goldfish than he did during our set.
Thumbelina Sleeping in an Open Piano. You let go of my hand when I begged you not to. I fell 1,000 feet. I had $1,000. 1,000 eyes restrict. Weeping from a broken heart. Weeping from a dead father. Weeping from unlocked friendship. Weeping in my nightmares. Activation dissociation. Activation disassociation. Landslide. Wellness checks. Alcoholic. Multiple hot showers. Feeding. Jerking off. 2003 porn. Slap myself in the face. I want to run out in front of a car. Thumbelina sleeping in an open piano. A frail sheep nodding out to the harpsichord. Landing on the moon where the moon is made out of cheese. Jumping out of a plane with no parachute, thinking that the clouds will catch you, but they won't. Ka-chicka, ka-chicka, chicka. Oh, this is one for drum. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah!
My sad persona just doesn't work very good.
I'm loving your sad.
Trying to be all sad and shit and
It's hilarious. I get it.
you know, we really out here living.
There's no such thing as a happy comic, man. Come on.
Alright, this is one of my normal ones I read a lot, but a lot of you haven't seen me read. This one's Beneath the Cranberry Flowers. Ready to get sad as shit on this one, bro? I sleep alone now, beneath the cranberry flowers, away from all of you, away from your hate, away from your hollow hearts and endless sanctuaries. A place where my brother sleeps, a place where my favorites sing, hanging loose in a hanging noose. My emotion and firefly shell now breathes and flutters with my father and the lakes and the mountains and the banana pepper gardens. It's beneath the cranberry flowers where everything is nice and everything else is nicer. Where all death is all life. Where all of our mothers are always beautiful. My fingernail polish sticks to the soil and my breath gets circulated into the clouds. Let us be free now. I want to hold hands with your ghost. Actually, I want more than that. I want another cigarette in a time machine. I want a rocky road and a video camera. I am never going to be able to drink enough to make these dreams about you come true. And nothing is coming up from these cranberry flowers. Nothing is coming back to life. Not me, not you, not my broken-hearted brother, and all my friends and barfly lovers and losers. I may sleep here now forever, no breath, but a soul that's invisible. My heartache that is now going to be redeemed right here beneath these cranberry flowers. Whoever can, kiss this dirt, love this life, remember high school. Remember me as long as a painted lady and her wings that will dissolve into the mainland sky. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah.
Maybe two. Alright. Alright, sure, yeah, whatever. This one's called Dry Your Eyes in the Pouring Rain. Crystal cities blowing out. Brick-eared bullet reggae. Cat paws fleeting up the walls. CD players in the kitchen. Let's dance and look out the window at the scarecrows falling. Let's break each other's hearts in the worst way possible. Let me trust fall into a black eternity where there is no sound or light or touch. I want to cry so hard my eyes won't open anymore. Depression, decompression, coming in harsh and cold and metal and rusted. Eyelashes like nails, fingernails like chalk. Empty. Beware the friendly stranger. Be kind, rewind. Let me fly. I'll get my halo one day. If you want to get super weird on this one, that'll be tight. Yeah. This one's called Upside Down Heaven. Day after revolution. Not drinking, yikes. Reminiscent of when I was a baby artist. Al Pacino. Inspired early morning Godfather Part 2. Making a movie, still have the footage. Generic hydroponics, 303 Effingham Street, Ellington and Greco, Cobra Snake and Crimson, a few lines written in front of the cobblestone road near the children's park. Whole bottle of rosé in hot LA, watching Good Old Hunting gets really hot. Highway fence decadence, cheerleaders and female-led horror, the movement of stars across the wide toilet bowl, spooky vision, weird day, lazy day. Make me stay up on the corn shit moon. Snitchel with mushroom gravy. 666 night. Tomorrow's tomatoes. Beautiful drummers. Possessed octopus. Bike thief. Phone book. Bookworm. Young Bette Midler. Guns and drugs and government divided by swag and handbags. Coconut shrimp. Daydreaming with a broken heart. Chaos theories. Divine conquering. My brother passed away. Port Organ blues in the Black Soul basement. Leave me in my below sheets. Happy Mother's Day. Freebird is literally the best song in the world. No hold bar. That is a lie. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman is the best song in the world now. America, our kind of place. Upside down peace signs. Upside down heaven. Charles Manson, The Beatles, Killer Tofu, Nightlight, Night Fight, uncured meat shoved into a human flesh envelope of nightmares. Take me to save my soul of shingles. Tough love bugs, glittering, stardust, and moss-covered tongues. The glory days are still here while I'm cutting our grass. Thrown through the glass of silence and bathtubs, scar tissue mansion in a Nebraska field. Hummus, take me home. Free wet dreams with every purchase. Neon blue flame from the fortune teller's knapsack. Hell on a high note. Who the fuck is talking? Hobby life, aka make all this hippos work again. Brick bridge, shanty crash, unleash the moon rafts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop until they stop talking.
Sure. Alright. I'll type out the tag tab for you.
Fat-faced journeyman workhorse, working class hero is something to me. Calzone in the zone, Casey Jones. Whale feels tired after sunshine. Spreading to Circuit City, say fuck you when you walk in. Headless horseman, talk about the undisputed illnesses of men. Devil in the details, my girl likes to party all the time. May God bless you and may you never waste your pain. Climax, Jennifer Tilly. Brick-handed fence kick next to the Portsmouth police house. Tap water not cold, whistle thistle, dread wounds, unbelievable hula hoop. Turn on the night light for me before you go to sleep. The next morning will be a train station at Times Square and a happily ever after. That's it.
Yeah!
Charlie and spoiled brat downstairs. That was a fun Bradbury flowers, man.
I want to get documented.
And all my sorrows. And it's all documented right here, right now.